time. Revelations with Ray. This chair is filthy. Gotta stop leaving stuff out on the porch randomly. What's up, good people? Talk to me. Talk to me. What? Oh. Almost 8 o'clock. Revelations with Ray tonight. A little something to talk about. Gonna go ahead and get it cracking. Tonight on Revelations with Ray, we talking about victim versus survivor attitude. There's a couple type of people in this world. I mean, first of all, let me say and preference this about always saying that what's happening, Ryan? When I have these revelations with Ray, I'm always speaking to a certain extent from experience and things that I've experienced myself. So I'll start by saying that. But like I said, we're talking about the victim versus survivor attitude. So we've all been through something in life, like everybody. I won't say any trial is greater than the other. I mean, it's just different trials. You start off differently. We all come from different backgrounds, but everyone has been through something. Some, you know, to each his own, more horrific than the next. But regardless of what we've been through in life and what those trials have been, there has only been two options to come away with from these trials. And that is the option of being a survivor and the option of being a victim. One gives you power, one strips you of it. Take a wild guess. So, I don't care what, you know, use the example of, this is harsh, but a rape victim. And, you know, we know what happens, it goes down, but there are people out there that start groups and advocate, you know, and use it as a strength and say, yes, this happened to me, but I didn't let it stop me from living a good life. Like it didn't drive me into a deep depression to where I just hated life and hated people. Like it, you know, they come out of it stronger. That is a survivor's mentality. We could talk about our war veterans and somebody leaving with a loud motor. You know, come home from war and you've seen some things at war. You got some people that go to therapy and they're just tore up. You know, they minds can't handle it. And then you have guys that come home and like, hoorah, like, you know, we rock that shit. Like we survived war. Like to be a survivor and to have a survivor's mentality as opposed to a victim's mentality is strength. It allows you to keep your power, to maintain your power as you move forward throughout life. On the other hand, move. You're interrupting. I told you to keep the door closed. Sorry.
Lightly.
Inside. Okay, buddy. Kids. So on the other hand, let's talk about the victim mentality of, oh, this happened to me. Oh, my parents were this way towards me. And here I am, a 25, 30, 40-year-old adult, still sobbing about what happened to me when I was a teenager. You know, you might have got bullied in school, whatever. And here you are as a full-grown adult playing the victim role and expecting people to feel sorry for you and have sympathy for you. I'm going to tell you right now, as I said earlier in this podcast, not podcast, but live, whatever, everybody, every single person has been through a trial in their life, and the only people that are going to sympathize with your victimization attitude are other people that feel like they're victims. Like they say, misery loves company. So if you want to be in the cesspool of people complaining and being victims, then those are the only people that you're going to attract, because survivors are the ones that are trying to teach those that are struggling from victimization, but they really ain't got time for your victimization attitude. Like they're like survivors, are empowering themselves, where victims are powerless because they always putting the blame on somebody else. They don't have they don't want any responsibility for what's going on in their life currently as adults. And again, like I said, speaking from experience, even in my life, for a good deal of time, I kind of sort of, not kind of sort of, but played that victim role, in terms of, I wasn't with my biological family my whole life, and my aunt did this or so and so did that. And like I said, I eventually picked up the phone, called my aunt to thank her, and let her know that I forgive her. Even if she didn't feel like she did anything wrong, I had to get that up off of my chest and release the attitude of being a victim, and coming to the full understanding that you actually blessed. I'm actually blessed, and in order to fully enjoy the blessing that has been bestowed upon me, I had to come up out of the victimization mind state. Like it is, even when we talk about, from a historical standpoint of, slavery in the black community, and you have these people on both sides of the table saying, slavery was a choice. I'm not saying that. I know they get on Kanye about that, but anyway, I'm gonna get off track. But you have people on both sides of the table saying, well, hey, in this day and age, we're free to do what we want to do. Like, you're free to chase after those goals. You're free to, not saying that there's not going to be any roadblocks, or, you might try to go get a loan from one bank, which we've tried and got denied, and then we went to another bank, and boom, we got the loan. So we didn't just stop because one bank was like, nah, we can't do nothing for you. I was like, look, let's try somewhere else. And it's like, oh yeah, y'all can get this. Woo. So it's the fear of rejection, and getting told no one time, and you stop, and then you back into that victim mind state. Oh man, don't nothing ever go wrong. This dates back all the way to people doing me wrong, and it's like, no, it's you have to have drive and will to keep pushing past it, and have a survivor's mentality. And again, just survivor's mentality of empowering yourself. Like, I came through some rough shit, and I'm not just saying me, but I'm just saying that's the type of mind state that you need to have. Like, if you had an abusive father, or you were in an abusive relationship and you got out of it, like, that's power. The power to walk away from something that you love but is hurting you is power, and you need to tap into your power. You know what I'm saying? Tap into your inner God, tap into your power, and start taking care of you. You cannot help anybody without helping yourself first. I don't give a damn what it is you're trying to do. You can't teach nobody else how to cook if you don't know how to cook. You know what I'm saying? You can't feed yourself. How you gonna tell somebody else how to feed theyself? You can't help somebody get in shape or exercise their body if you don't exercise your body. So you have to be able to harness your power first, and the only way to do it is to take all the trials, whatever. Some people, even if you start off in a nice family, you grew up having money, like, those people still have problems. Look, Donald Trump's niece just came out and was like, man, our family had problems, even though his daddy gave him a small loan of $1 million. They still had their own type of trials that they had to endure. Like, it might not been, ducking bullets in the projects, like I had to do sometimes. Not really all that much, not more so than my brothers. It might not be, living out in the trailer parks, or whatever it is you do, or growing up in Asia, mom and dad working in sweatshops. It don't matter. all that matters is life tests everybody. Everybody's going through trials. God is testing everybody to figure out who really wants to lead, who really wants to grab a hold of the mantle. And the way you react to your trials, the way you view them, will place you in life, period. So if you want to play the victim role, then you're going to be a bottom feeding, welfare receiving victim. And it's not a negative connotation that I'm trying to put on it. I'm just telling you, there's a place for victims and there's a place for survivors. And it's not even a monetary thing. I shouldn't even say what I just said. It's not even a monetary thing, because it's a peace of mind thing. You know what I'm saying? So erase that other statement. It's really a peace of mind thing, and you know where you're at in terms of being able to exercise your free will and be the best person that you can be personally. I'm telling you, if you look around, they might not even think about it, might not know it, but your weight issues, everything that's going on that you don't like about yourself personally, is coming from that brain, that membrane part of your chromosome that's relying on the victimization role and the things that happen to you negatively in life, instead of using that as fuel for your fire to be the best person that you can be. I promise you. I mean, I ain't got no PhD in no psychology or nothing like that, but this is just personal experience and going through it and really thinking about it. Like, I think about these things a lot and reflect on life a lot. Like, again, not just my life, but those around me, and just think like, you know, people waste so much time. And I say that being a time waster sometimes myself. Like, you know, I remember all the time, you know, playing video games all the time, and it's like I ain't played, you know, other than playing with my son from time to time, like play my own video game. Like, it's been months. But it's, you know, it's whatever makes you happy, but don't be a victim. You know what I'm saying? And I don't want to keep rambling on. Keep it short and sweet tonight. But again, the best course of action in life is to have a champion survivor's attitude. We are all at war. We might not be fighting overseas or in the jungle, but we at war with life, and life is hard. So death gotta be easy, and we all gonna die. But life is hard, and you need to attack this SOB every day with a survivor's attitude. You know, you ain't gotta be happy-go-lucky, but with a survivor's attitude and the champion's attitude, and not a victim's attitude. I read something today that said, be kind, but don't be weak. You know, be confident, but not arrogant. Be courageous. You know, you don't have to let people walk over you. You know, victims let people walk over them, or they lash out at people. You know, survivors are strong, and they show their strength when they need to. So the world's a tough cookie. Take a bite out of it, a huge bite. Dream big. Attack every day with a survivor's attitude. Don't be a victim. Victims have no power. They've given it to somebody else. Whoever they feel like, you know, victimize them has their power. Like I said, been watching Supernatural. Don't lose your grace. That's what the angels got in Supernatural, is grace. Don't lose your grace and give it to somebody else. That's my revelations with Ray. I appreciate y'all listening. Hope it encouraged somebody to wake up tomorrow and run 5 miles with me, because I will be doing that at about 3 a.m. So get up, get out of bed, wake up with a winner's attitude, and do not be a victim. I love y'all. Peace and love. The grayscale is going black. Deuces.